All right, welcome. We're digging into some really interesting material you sent over today.
Yeah, this paper from Mario Larangera on the Cryptology ePrint Archive, Reputation at Stake. Kind of gives the game away, doesn't it?
It really does. The title's Reputation at Stake, a trust layer over decentralized ledger for multi-party computation and reputation fair lottery. Quite a mouthful.
But it gets right to the point. The big question here is, look, how do you bake something fuzzy like uh, reputation or trust into these hard decentralized systems?
Especially proof-of-stake ones.
Exactly, because proof of stake, it's usually about, how much crypto you've got locked up, your stake.
Right, skin in the game.
But can we use that stake for more?
Mm.
That's really our mission today, isn't it?
Yes.
To unpack this whole trust layer idea from the paper. What is it? How's it supposed to work?
Well, the core mechanism it suggests is actually repurposing something pretty common in proof-of-stake, delegation.
Okay, delegation, like when you give your staking power to a validator. Precisely.
Hmm.
Normally, yeah, it's for consensus, for rewards. The paper's like, what if we use that same mechanism, that same stake weight,
Uh-huh.
but use it to assign trust to other people in the network?
Assigning trust using your state weight. So it's like your economic power becomes a way to vouch for someone.
Kind of, yeah. A verifiable vote of confidence. People with stake can publicly say, okay, based on my stake, I allocate this much trust to participant X.
And this isn't just symbolic, right? It's recorded.
Oh, yeah. Totally verifiable on the ledger. And then a participant's overall reputation, it's basically the sum of all the stake-weighted trust assigned to them.
Ah, okay. So it's not just if people trust you, but crucially, how much stake those trusting people hold.
That's the key link. It ties everything back to the underlying economic reality of the ledger.
Which sounds like it could tackle a major headache in decentralized systems.
You mean Sybil attacks.
Exactly. Creating tons of fake identities.
Right. And this system has a built-in defense. Because you can't just magically create reputation.
Mm-hmm.
To assign meaningful trust, you need meaningful stake.
So no stake, no significant trust-giving power. You can't easily game it with fake accounts.
Pretty much. It links reputation directly to that verifiable economic weight.
Okay, that's a clever defense mechanism. So if we have this Sybil-resistant reputation system built on stake, what does the paper say we can actually do with it? What's it good for?
Well, it highlights two big things. First, secure multi-party computation, or MPC.
Right, where multiple parties compute something together without revealing their private data.
Exactly. Think secure auctions, private data analysis, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Doing this in a decentralized setting is tricky. You need trust.
But if the participants have this verifiable stake-backed reputation,
It makes those MPC protocols much more feasible, much more secure. You have some basis, for trusting the other parties involved in the computation.
okay, that makes sense. Secure MPC. What was the second main outcome?
The second one is what they call a reputation fair lottery, or sometimes proof of reputation.
A lottery, like for choosing block producers in proof of stake.
Yeah, exactly like that. Usually your chance of being picked is just proportional to your stake. More stake, higher chance. Simple.
Right, pure economic weight.
But with this trust layer, the lottery can factor in the reputation score too. So it's not just about how much stake you have.
It's also about how much the stake network trusts you.
Yes, it blends economic capital with this kind of verifiable, network-derived social capital.
Huh. That really changes the selection dynamic, doesn't it? It's not purely plutocratic anymore.
It adds another dimension. You're using the stake mechanism for double duty, securing the network and building this measurable trust fabric.
It seems quite elegant, actually, extending what proof of stake already does.
I think so too. It shows you can potentially build these more complex, trust-based dynamics right into the protocol, grounded in verifiable stake.
Okay, so let's recap quickly. This paper's core idea is using stake delegation not just for network operations, but for participants to assign stake-weighted trust.
Building up a verifiable reputation score for everyone.
A score that's inherently resistant to Sybil attacks because it's tied to actual provable stake.
Right, and this enables things like more secure multi-party computation.
And this new kind of the reputation fair lottery, or proof of reputation, where selection depends on both stake and this verifiable trust.
It's moving beyond just verifying who owns what to verifying who is trusted based on that ownership structure.
It really opens things up, which I guess leads to the final thought we wanted to leave you with.
Yeah, the big question to chew on.
If you can actually build and verify trust and reputation directly on chain tied to stake like this, what else becomes possible?
What other systems, what kinds of decentralized apps or even governance models could you build if you had this reliable protocol-level measure of trust derived from the network itself?
Something to definitely think about.